one.
Hello, my name is Ian Castro,
And I'm Grant Smith.
and this is yet another episode of I'd Swipe Right to That, episode 15 on emojis. Before we get into all of that laugh out loud, rolling on the floor nonsense, Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. As you could see, or for the folks watching on YouTube, we got a fade now and we're growing out a beard. We're already starting off a new year, new me a little bit early. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Mr. Ian?
I'm doing well. It's gonna be really cold in Florida for this winter, so you're trying to stay warm on your face there, I see. Is this like the end all be all of your beard, or you just want to let it go as bushy as possible? What's the end goal there?
Eventually, I mean, end goal for I think for any man is to get his mustache to connect to his beard. Does it ever happen? 99% of the time, no, but I'm kind of living on a prayer. Uh but I do kind of want to see how long I can kind of like get this to shape up a little bit. It might look pretty patchy for a while, but eventually I might give up and just shave again when it gets like too hot out in spring, but we'll see.
There we go. Yeah, I've completely given up on ever trying to one really grow facial hair. I can do a kind of a mustache and a little bit of a beard, but I've never even grown hair. I feel like on the sides of my lips. So there is no way in hell that I'm ever gonna have those connect. And I think I gave up on that a long time ago. um, but this is gonna be the last episode, most likely of 2022, unless we pull out a miracle. Grant, this is the last episode. So what is the last thing you're swiping right or left on for 2022?
I am going to swipe right on family time. I have my sister coming down from USC this holidays, and it has been great having her back. Maybe eventually have her on like an early episode of 2023 before she heads back on. I promised if she had got good grades and everything, which she did this semester too, that she might be able to get on an episode. So no, but it's been awesome having her back. We've been watching some Hallmark movies and everything. So it's a time for the holiday season. How about you? What are you swiping right or left on?
That is amazing. And yeah, I'm going to swipe right on having the ability to have time off and see family as well. Yeah. I get off around 1 p.m. on Friday this week, the 23rd, and I get to go home all the way until Monday the 26th. Just because I usually have weekends off. I requested that Monday off, so I have an extra day. So I'm very excited. One of those days, I'm gonna see you.
Yes, sir.
Like that's gonna be great. We're gonna go to a Christmas Eve party with Noel, and also Darren if he shows up. I know he hasn't been showing up here, but I'm very excited. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be super fun. I even got the trays and everything for that Thanksgiving stuffing. For those who listened to the last episode, I haven't forgotten. So we
Ah,
bring in
that
that
is awesome.
pepperoni stuffing. Here we go.
That is a beautiful thing. Can you hear that?
No, I could see Eileen wagging her tail, but
Okay.
I can't hear her at all, so we're good.
Okay. I will cut this out, but yeah, she's being a butthead right now because I'm the only one home. So she thinks that it's free reign to just be stupid.
You just gotta like crop up like a little bit of the bottom, and there you go. But it's not. It's
Huh?
fine.
What'd you say?
Oh, you don't even have to cut the audio. I feel like you could probably just cut a little bit of the bottom if you wanted to remove like her tail wagging, something like that. But
Oh yeah, true. Oh, I don't care if she's seen. I don't want her to be heard. But no. Okay, yeah, well
but speaking of reaction faces like that, Ian, do you want to share the topic and what kind of led to that choice?
yes, I chose emojis for this episode. I thought it was more of a common episode for us to do. We've been doing a lot of niche ones for the holiday season, but this is like getting back to our roots back in all the way in May of 2022. So I thought this would be a really good one. Everyone uses emojis, and I kind of wanted to get your take on this, Grant, before we even get kick started here. Emojis, are they an art form? Are you meticulously picking what emoji for each text with what person that you're talking to, or are you just applying the crying laughing emoji to every text, like sorry your mom died, ha ha ha, or like
I've seen that one. I've seen a meme before where somebody like includes that like crying laughing emoji in a text hearing about like their grand or no, it's like the mom sending it to their son saying your grandma died with the crying laughing emoji. And the kid's like, "What the heck, mom? Why are you laughing?" Mom's like, "Oh no, I thought she was
yeah,
crying."
yeah.
So, but good question. Do are they an art form? Art is a way of communicating emotions at times. So I kind of think if you want to take it at a literal sense, I think emojis can be an art form. Um, in
Very well
terms
said.
in terms of am I meticulously choosing each like emoji for every text? There are certain groups of friends where I don't think I use like emojis as often. But there are other friends that I do. Usually it's like dry. You can kind of get the tense, like the sense of some people if they're an emoji person or not. When you're on the dating apps, though, you got to be very careful about using those emojis because one wrong emoji, you might just get blocked. I'm sorry. Like you gotta
Wait, so what's an example of that? Like, is it like a heart is what you're referring to? Like if you use a heart too early?
more like if you use like a blushing face too early, like if you're getting like a little too like in your feels, I would say. Sometimes you just have to show like kind of show that you don't care on the dating apps is what I've or like a little bit less emotion where you're not like too excited because like it's a dating app, there's other people on there, but if you get like too overexcited with the emojis and conveying that emotion, that's where it starts to like even like kind of freak people out, I think.
So when you're on the dating apps, one second, one second.
Yeah.
Nice. So I remember my question. Three, two, one. So when you're on the dating apps, is it just lowercase LOLs the entire time? You're trying not to show that emotion?
Exactly. Some like surprisingly, that kind of makes a difference. You don't think it would because you're still saying like the same thing, but it's literally the uppercase or the lowercase. It's the extra use
Yeah.
of like one extra emoji or not. You gotta like handcraft this stuff like by the grace of God. Other times it could just be I'm overthinking these things, but sometimes it kind of does make a difference when you're looking like looking back at text too.
So the way you're describing this, I know you said, yeah, it kind of is an art form, but the way you're describing it, it seems like we are kind of picking and choosing just a little bit. And guess what? Like I'm guilty of this as well. Like there is a noticeable difference when you use certain emojis, even though they're probably the same thing. Like imagine like saying everything's okay to a friend that just gave you bad news and you give like the thumbs up
Mhm.
versus like the a okay. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a slight difference there to where the thumbs up is more like formal, don't really uh like I'm disappointed but whatever, thumbs up. To the a okay, I feel like that's more chill, like yo, I'm vibing dude, don't worry about it.
Oh, 110%. It's
Yeah.
it's like I think I've even used that sometimes too, just to send a message. I'll send the thumbs up to say like, yeah, yeah, it's all right, buddy.
Yeah. See, like just little minute things like that. can change a text. And there's that Key and Peele sketch uh where they misinterpret the message behind each of the texts, where I know Key's character gets really upset, but Peele's character is just chilling the entire time while he's texting. So that is definitely the case with emojis as well. But let's get into swiping right or left on these. We started off with talking about the face with tears of joy emoji. We have a list from a I guess a credible source. It was like the top 100 emojis used by people. So they assign names to each of these, and face with tears emoji. So you know what I'm talking about.
Crying
Uh,
laughing. Yep.
yeah, exactly. So how you feeling about that as opposed to the other one that we talked about, where it's the face with tears emoji, but he's like sideways rolling on the floor.
I feel like now like the standard, the vertical crying laughing emoji, like that has become like overplayed, it seems, especially in the Tinder game now too. If you
Yeah.
use that, it kind of even comes off as like corny or too millennial. Like the Gen Zs don't even use that now. Now they'll just use like the skull emojis instead to like showcase like, oh, I'm dead, like, oh, I'm laughing. Instead of like the skull emoji being used for like dead things, they use it to just say convey like a step further, saying like I'm dead laughing. So now it's getting overplayed,
Wow.
but I like it though. I find myself using the crying laughing emoji instead of using the slanted one more.
So I'm glad you brought up the skull one because that is very true. I've seen that one used a lot more with the text that people send me. The way that I use these emojis, um, LOL and the regular uh, laughing emoji, they're one and the same. I'm going to probably use those interchangeably. Like I'll probably say, "Hey, I'm on my way, LOL," and then the next text I'll be like, "JK, I just got in an accident," laughing emoji. That's never happened to you. Uh,
Yes, it
uh,
has.
yeah, it has. Yeah, I know. Oh shit. Uh, um, but no, I feel like yeah, it's much more common to use the one upright if I'm trying to convey that I am really laughing at what you're saying. Even though when do we ever like truly laugh at texts? I do sometimes, especially with stuff that you send me, Grant. I do, but if I'm truly wanting to convey that I'm laughing at something, I'm gonna use the one that's slanted.
I feel that. I do that sometimes too. Um, Sometimes I'll even go like next level. I'll just leave a voice note. So if it's like too funny, like you gotta let that person know that it was like there's like levels to funniness, you know. There's the LOL, there's the regular laughing, there's the slanted laughing, and then there's voice note. Like that's kind of my tier list in a sense. But yeah.
Nice. All right.
So
All right.
do you think we're swiping right on which one are we gonna swipe right on or
I'm gonna put them all on the same category of just conveying uh laughter, conveying like a joke has been made or some kind of statement like that. So I'm gonna like as a whole on the
yeah.
skull, the laughing emojis, I'll swipe right.
Okay. And that, yep, same here as
Yeah.
well too. Even though people are now, even though the standard like crying laughing emoji is starting to fall out of style, it's still a go-to. It's an easy one for me. It's one of those things where you just don't change even though everybody else has changed. So swipe right, 100%.
There we there we go. And then I feel like those were definitely classics. And another classic is going to be the red heart emoji. Now we have some variations of this that we can throw in this category. The heart eyes, we can put in. Do we want to put in the kissy face, or do you think that deserves its own conversation?
I would actually put the heart eyes in that in the kissy face conversation. Feel like those
Okay.
are a little bit more
Yeah.
grouped together. I would
So
do.
What like do we want to just do variations of hearts? Because there are so many different ones.
Yeah. You could even do the one, I think they added in a recent update, but I can't do it with the mic, so I'm gonna put the mic in between my legs and then that. Like that type of I'm making like the heart symbol with my hands. Because there's a literal emoji where it's them doing it with their hands now.
No way. That's cool. Wait, so if I typed in like heart emoji with hands, it would pop up?
Yep. Or you could just type it. For me, what I'll do is I'll just type in heart and
Heart
then I'll
hands.
have to scroll.
Oh, yes, there is heart hands right here. I definitely have not used that before because I didn't know about it. Okay. There so we have those two. I know that there is like the triple hearts where it's like a diagonal line with three different pink hearts.
Mhm.
We have a heart on like a balloon. It looks like a heart on a stick. I'm going off the top of my head here. I feel like back in the days of high school, I would use heart emojis a lot more. Just like, hey babe, love
You're
ya.
my world.
Yeah. I'll send those like heartfelt good night messages, even though it's a Tuesday and we're gonna see each other in like 8 hours. So yeah, I think I've cut back on my heart emoji usage besides the red classic.
If you want to get even further with this, Ian, do you remember kick points where you would use kick points to buy different emojis?
I I do not.
You don't
Maybe
remember
I don't remember kick points at all. Kick, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a social media app where it was basically the only way that we texted back in the day. And it was fun, but the problem was that it only saved like the last 100 text messages. So if you continue talking to a person, those text messages would eventually disappear and you wouldn't be charged with any crimes.
Yeah, they're just gone like that forever.
Yeah. Kick is illegal now in 3 countries now.
But but yeah, no, well, I'm surprised you don't remember. But back in the day, like you can get points from like watching an ad because they always had like those sponsored messages or whatever. I remember they would like sponsor horror movies. So if you watched like the ad, you would get 100 kick points, and then you can use those 100 points to buy like there was like a sloth heart emoji. There was like a fox heart emoji. Now I gotta remember it.
You saying sloth heart unlocked it for me. I vaguely remember it, but I remember it now. And I think the sloth hearts were what I used exclusively after I unlocked them.
They're just that next level to it. So I feel like we could even lump some of those in to with this
Yeah.
combo, man.
Yeah, like if you pulled out the sloth heart emoji with your crush on the Kick app,
Ooh.
she knew that you were rolling in the dough.
W Riz, as the kids say today.
Yeah. That was thank you, Grant. Any day that a memory can be unlocked is a good day. Man. And
But
actually
yeah.
you inadvertently you unlocked another memory when you sent the Zoom link to this episode today. When you typed in the Emoji Movie, completely forgot of its existence, Grant.
So they made an entire movie about it too. So is the emoji movie art as well? Well, the critics would say no, but
The critics would definitely say no. I watched it. Surprisingly enough, okay. I have 2 points actually. The fact that this was made in 2017 seems like it was made too recently. Like I feel like there had to be a concept of good and bad at that time, and the fact that this was green lit and it came out is astonishing to me. Like this should be a 2008 movie or something like that,
yeah.
and it should have stayed in 2008. But they made it very recently. Like it's only 5 years removed currently. So that's way too soon. And the second point I want to make is I watched this movie pirated on 123 movies.
They don't deserve the money from that movie. No. We're not gonna pay
No.
for it. Like,
No, definitely not. But the fact that I went out of my way to basically probably get a virus on my computer for this movie is I don't know what I was doing. I was 17 years old, apparently, 2017. Uh, I just remember not enjoying it.
not fond memories. But yeah, you are right though. It should have come out like 3 or 4 years earlier if it really wanted to be relevant. 2017, you already missed the mark, I feel like.
Yeah. It has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Shit.
That is one of the worst ratings I've seen for a movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Probably let me look up. There's a Will Ferrell movie called Holmes and Watson where him and John
Oh
C.
my.
Riley. I people apparently walked out on that movie. I tried watching it myself and it was terrible. It got 10%.
Eh.
So the Emoji movie is worse than Will Ferrell's worst movie. It's just to show the shit there. And the fact that the cast too, like they have Patrick Stewart. Sir Patrick Stewart is the poop emoji. James Corden is the high five emoji. That kind of makes sense. Um, you have TJ Miller. He is the main emoji. His name is Gene Meh, apparently.
Mm.
Like he's the Meh emoji. Um, yeah, this is
You know what that shows? That shows that movies with great actors, a great cast, can't save a terrible plot. You have like Zootopia, great movie, has a lot of great artists in there too, a lot of great people. Did really well. It was a good movie. But even though he got some big names on the Emoji movie, can't save a bad story, can't save a bad concept.
you really can't. And sorry, this is the last time I'll look at Rotten Tomatoes. 98%
For Zootopia?
Zootopia. Yeah, I
Is
fucking
it?
love that movie. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Grant, for taking me down memory lane. I would go so far as to say I heart you.
Oh.
Yeah. Not just one though. Like not the three hearts, not the hard eyes. I'm sorry, but
But
can only give you one.
you're not gonna do the rainbow heart where you send like a red, yellow, blue, green. Like
Oh
what nothing
my
like that.
gosh.
I know, I've done it too, Ian. I've done
I've
it
done
too.
it too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad we're in our 20s now.
We can look back on it.
Yeah, for sure. Uh I'm
Overall,
gonna yeah,
wait,
sorry.
sorry, no, you go ahead.
No, you.
My final thoughts on like the heart emojis, easy swipe right. What I also find is sometimes I will use only like certain hearts with certain people too. Like I won't like show too much love using the red heart emoji because that's like too much. So I'll just use like the yellow heart instead. And that still kind of conveys the message, but it's not like I love you, you know? It's a little bit more tame.
That wow, like mellow
Yeah,
yellow. Yeah. I can't say that I've changed the color of the heart emoji for a while. But I
really.
guess I guess I've been in that red relationship for a while. So that's all I need to use. But yeah, easy swipe right. And it can go straight into the next level of heart emojis with what we kind of teased earlier. Heart eyes, kissy
Mm.
face. Do you have any others that you want to put in this category?
Nice kissy face. Blushing. Think about maybe
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Maybe like the blushing. Like, are we talking about the one with the blush cheeks, wide eyes, like closed mouth?
Yep. Like that.
Yeah.
You can even do the one where it's like the
Oh yes. Okay. I have some thoughts on that one as well. So we'll put that in there. Any emotion where you're flushed face. That's what it's called. Any emotion where you're trying to convey to this person that you care or you you want to sleep with them. I don't know. So let's get into it. What is the scenario, Grant, where you use the blushing face with the hand over the mouth?
So that one I will use more ironically, I feel like. Uh, so I sent you one. I sent you, it's funny enough, I sent you one today. It was of a dead dragonfly in my parking garage that was like hanging by a spider's thread. And I was like, don't forget to leave a kiss under the mistletoe. The laughing cute emoji, like trying to pretend to be cute. I feel like I'm explaining the joke, but it's not actually cute, you know?
No, no, you're good. You're good. I mean, people wouldn't really know what you're talking about unless you did explain. Uh, that's the point I had about that emoji in particular. I have never used it in a like a serious sense. I'm always doing it ironically. Like if somebody like my my sister loves to like tell me things that are wrong with me a lot of the times. So she'll say something like, "Yo, your breath smelled today," or something, something along those lines, and then I'll be like, "Thank you," and then I'll be like, I'll have the little hand over my mouth thing. So it's stuff like that, and yeah, like more so with acquaintances when they give
Mm.
me compliments. Like if someone DMs me on my story, be like, "That was a funny story, Ian. Good job. You're my favorite." Yeah, like I get that every day.
Yeah.
No, I have like three of them right now.
Thanks, Mom.
But yeah, if somebody swipes up on my story, complimentative of me, I'll be like, "Thanks," and then I'll put in that heart emoji. I'm not heart emoji. The blushing. Yeah. So, right on the money, Grant. I'm glad you brought that up. Uh, thank you.
What are the scenarios where you are using the heart eye emoji? That's like a next level.
Ooh, heart eye emoji. The first thing that comes to mind is going to be food.
Really?
A lot of the times, like if somebody sends me like their meal, like I like to send what I make around the house. So if somebody sends me their food, or again in like kind of an ironic sense, if I'm putting something on my like Snapchat story and I'm making the food, or I just clean the house or something like that and I post it, I'll be like, "Wife me up," and then put the heart some heart eye emojis.
Interesting. So that's a good use case scenario. I was thinking a little bit more along the lines of like, oh my God, babe, you look so hot. Like heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji, heart eye. Like that's more for like I guess getting spicy with it. But I like your scenario too. Like I've seen that I've used that before to wife me up.
So are we talking about like the Adam Levine kind of thing, like that body fuck? That's the scenarios you're using it in.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Man,
Let's
that's
make
some
fun
good
of that
stuff.
guy forever, I swear.
Yeah, they can't make music anymore, right? I mean, they're going to, of course, but uh, it's not going to be the same.
I think somebody made like a Maroon 5 like parody of like using all of those texts to make them like into I think they did it over like of what was the song? One of their big songs on song
Girls like you.
I think it was that. Yeah. Like they did oh my God, that body like something like that in that beat or whatever using those texts.
Nice.
Like
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I just feel like that would be an easy beat to put it to. Because you can put a lot of words into that. Dun, 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 yeah. To round out this category, I probably use the kissy emoji for like good nights. Like I'll be like, "Good night, Grant. Good night, Noel." I just all my homies. And then when I say goodnight to Rahana, I like do like a cool like the sunglasses one, where I don't want I don't want her to think that I love her too much. It's more like a casual kind of thing.
exactly, exactly. You gotta kiss your homies goodnight and you gotta just be like, all right, babe. You know.
Yeah. Nonchalant with it. Um man, I I feel like every single time we have an episode nowadays, we go strong with the swiping rights.
Mhm.
And I feel kind of bad because I want to be uh I want to be impartial, but I'm
I
liking
mean,
the conversation.
I'm gonna swipe left to the blushing emojis though. Those I don't feel like those are a little too much at times. I'll keep like I like our cases with heart eye emoji, the kissing emojis. I think that those make sense. The blushing emoji can be a little bit too much. That's why I barely use them.
Yeah.
So a little half and half for this category.
Okay. Yeah. I okay. If they're not used in an ironic sense,
Yeah.
then I probably lean towards swiping left.
Mhm.
Like if you're using it in a serious conversation with me, like, "Hey, Grant, we need to talk," and you're like, "Oh," with a blushy emoji, I'd rip off the band-aid right away. Like, yeah, I don't like you anymore. So I get what you mean there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it. I'll do like a half and half as well. But my initial reaction was to swipe right on all of them.
Yeah. I
Where
feel
where
you.
do you want to go next? Like this, it's up to you.
I feel we could do let's see. Well, let's do it where you just had kind of alluded to the smiling faces with sunglasses or the cool faces I like to call it. Um, I think is there any
Yes.
other ones that you want to like add into that one?
Two more to this category. We're gonna call it the "too school for cool" category. And it is going to be the smiling face with sunglasses. We're going to put in the smirking face, like the one where he's looking off to the side, being mischievous or flirting, apparently,
Mhm.
according to according to this list. And then the 100% emoji.
Okay.
I feel like those are the too school or too cool for school emojis. Um, do we want to? Is there any other ones that fit that category, or do we want to talk about just these three?
I think we could also add in any money related emojis
Yeah,
too. I feel
yeah.
like,
Okay. Money bags,
yeah. I feel
um,
like uh
stacks,
what was the last one?
stacks, like the
Stack.
stack of money. Yeah.
Jumping into this, I feel like the 100 emojis and like the or sorry, the 100 and the money emojis, those kind of go in the same like subcategory of itself, the two school for cool, because those are more like in the hype beast category where you're like also the diamond emoji too, you
Oh
know,
man. Yeah.
where you just gotta like flex on them,
Yeah.
you know. I feel like I see like those types of emojis when people are trying to flex the most.
For sure. And you're gonna I like I personally I don't use the money emojis and I use the 100% I kind of ironically, but the main scenarios that I see these emojis used is when like somebody like some spam account is like increase your followers or increase your net worth by 100%. And it's just a bunch of money bags and percentages and what could happen if I just took the red pill or with them. So
Also,
yeah.
all the sugar mommy accounts too, as well too.
I'm feeling generous. DM me for $100.
Got one of those this weekend, man, and I'm like, God damn it.
And I'm $100 richer. Oh man, it's as a society, I feel like we don't talk about this enough, but we all get these spam texts.
Oh, like Elon complains so okay, I don't want to go too far in the rabbit hole. Elon complains so much about like the Twitter bots and everything like that. I feel like I get more Instagram bots like on a daily basis than I do with Twitter, like random messages. Like and it's all
Yeah,
Forex and crypto accounts, man, and sugar mommies, you know?
the usual. I've been getting a lot more Snapchat uh people, and it's never okay, it's never a guy. It's never uh Pablo Lopez wants to be your friend on Snapchat. It's always Amelia or
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 Elaine.
yeah, she wants to be your friend. You click on like how she added you, and it was quick add or a search. You're like, okay, and you immediately like you don't even have to accept, but their message can go through, and you swipe, and it's like I'm feeling dirty or something like that. I'm like, God damn it.
Sometimes they'll just send you like really out of pocket shit too. But then it gets to the point where I realize like, okay, they start to use the same like avatar. It's always the same like white girl with like black hair and like a ponytail or something like that. So I'm like, all right, yeah, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Uh,
Yeah, and
but
yeah, yeah.
that's a good case where they use the heart eye emojis to like really make it seems like that they want you. You know, they're like, "Oh my gosh, babe, I'm feeling something right now. Join my live link. Heart eye, heart eye, heart eye." You know, like
Yeah. That's so if it was a guy sending that kind of stuff, it's like I'm feeling really sexy right now. Join my live link, and it's just the smiling glasses.
it's Riz. That would get any girl. You know.
Yeah. Man. But what emoji were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, too cool for school. I'm gonna swipe left on the 100% and the money. I ain't I'm about that bag, but I'm not about talking about the bag.
No, that's trying to. I'm also gonna swipe left on the smirking emoji. Like as soon as that came out, people just like knew it was gonna be a fuckboy emoji, you know. So they just like shut it
Yeah.
down immediately. Like if you try to use that to spit game at all, like you're just instantly a creep. Like I'm sorry, but if you use the smirking emoji to try to like spit game, no, no, that's weird. That's
It's
weird,
another
dog.
one of those you have to use it ironically or else you are a creep, yeah.
Yeah.
um
But the sunglasses are a staple. Though that the sunglasses itself is a swipe right on, because that's like it's even used for confirmation, you know, like, oh yeah, that sounds good, man. Sunglasses emoji. Like it's kind of interchangeable with the thumbs up, I feel like, you know?
yeah, no, for sure. It's just like hey Grant, party's at 3. You're like, I'll be there. Sunglasses
Sunglasses
emoji.
emoji.
So yeah, it's that's definitely a staple, and use it to your heart's content. And let's get into we have a lot of hand ones. We okay. So thumbs up, a okay. We have the person with folded hands. People use it as prayers. Apparently, it's clapping. Uh, that's what I heard, at least. That is. Oh yeah. So let's say it's a high five on this list. Uh, Flexing biceps, and we have the actual clapping emoji where it's just like the motion of clapping. So we have those 5 or 6. I forgot how many I mentioned. So let's get into it.
I have also heard the argument that like the prayer to me it's the prayer emoji. It's the bless
Yeah.
emoji. Like
Yes.
it's not a high five. It's not a clap. Like you look at that and I instantly think of praying, you know, or I'll even use it like in a sense like, oh man, that sucks, man. Hope things get better. Right, like bless emoji, you know.
Yeah. Wait, let's bless him up real quick. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So we had to a couple seconds of silence, but I also just wanted to do it so we can have it for our Instagram.
Promo.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't see it as anything else. Like, first of all, that is a perfect high five. If that is a high five, you immediately like you have the same size hand. You're touching tips on tips. So like there's no perfect high five like that.
No.
So
If they
that
wanted
is
to be
strange.
if they want to be realistic, like they would make like a high five that's like botched, halfway through. Like let's make an emoji where it's just like the handshake fucking fails.
I'd pay for like I want to get kick points for real emojis. Like what would be
Like
the real emoji starter pack?
the one where it's like after you shit, like it's like it feels good. Like you're not gonna use like the smiling emoji, but you're gonna be like the emoji. It's like a cross between the two.
Oh my gosh.
Is it just me or I don't
Yeah. instead instead of using like the emoji where it's
know.
like tears. Not that one, not that one.
Oh,
I was doing a hand gesture. Uh, instead of using like the tears rolling down your face when you're like laughing, it
mhm.
should just be like if we're using a real emotion emoji, it should just be an emoji of somebody looking down at their phone. Because
Just like the
that's
nose, like a nose exhale, like I'm like
yeah,
I can't
yes,
do it.
yeah.
Like I can't do it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Because when you laugh at a text, a lot of the times it's just like yeah, I can't do it on the mic either, but it's just like an exhale from your nostrils.
Exactly. No, Apple, come on, make some new emojis that represent how we truly feel.
The real us of emojis. But we have so we talked about the prayer hands, yes.
Yep.
We already went over AOK versus thumbs up earlier? I
I think we
forgot.
talked about it at the beginning.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did. Okay, yeah.
in
Like I
introducing the concept.
awesome. Okay, perfect. But what about the biceps? Like the flex biceps. I feel like that's used. We should have probably put it in the category of like the 100%.
I agree. I could see it used a lot more in there. People, I think, use it like I use it sometimes ironically, or sometimes as at like confirmation too, like, oh yeah, man, sounds good. Like like interchangeably with the sunglass emoji. Most of the time you see people use it like flexing for like gym photos, things like that. Or people use it ironically, like just copped a lick and it's like a picture of their cat or something like that. And like some emoji.
Nice. I love that example. Like wow. Yeah, it's definitely falling into that category. I like it a little bit more. I use it quite a bit. Uh is it my favorite? Probably not. If you're going to use it towards a acquaintance or a complete stranger and you're trying to get to know them, it's probably going to come off as douchey. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Uh because they're probably going to give you a face palm emoji afterwards.
I was dang, you took my thunder. I was thinking that we should have also added the face palm in the in this group too.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, face palm, frustrated or dumbfounded.
I feel like that's an emoji that like was probably popular like maybe like 10 years ago, where like people actually did like physically face palm and like things like that. I feel like we could also add to like a real emoji that we use as like a selfie emoji. Like I know there's like a phone emoji and everything. Like I feel like that's something that's real. But I think like some emojis, like what are they gonna do next? Are they gonna add a dab emoji in 2022? Like, no, you missed the mark on that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. Uh I'm not yeah, I honestly don't use any people emojis. Like any time where it's more than a face, like where it's an actual like torso, there's a head and there's arms. I'm not really using those emojis at all. Mainly, I guess I don't have a reason to unless it's like the face palm, but I don't know. I just feel like they're a lower tier of emoji. Like they're a third tier emojis. Like There
You
is the
know,
laughing and hearts, there's the hand gestures, and then there's those. Oh, and then all the way at the bottom is like world travel food emojis like that people barely use.
like in that third tier that you mentioned where you have these like full body torso emojis, you know what those are used for? Contact or group, like group chats. Like, 'cause I will see parents use that for like their family group chat where they'll do like the one emoji of like the dad, mom, and the two kids. You know what I'm talking about? Or
Oh,
or
okay.
people will use the full body, like let's say it's for like pasta night, like it's a group chat with friends. They might do like the full body of like a chef or something like that in the group name, you know?
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
are the scenarios where I'm seeing them used. Would I use them personally? Probably not. I'd still kind of swipe left of them.
Yeah, same. The only two that I see kind of mainstream are
Mm,
gonna be the face palm as well as the hands up, or like
mm.
me, or like raising my hand, like I agree or sign me up. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
raise the roof.
Raise raise the roof. Yeah, that one. But overall, like, I'm gonna swipe left on any torso emojis. I'm not using it to see a person. I'm using it to for a face or a gesture, but don't
Because
give me that person.
it's an emoji for an emotion. You don't have an emotion if you're looking at the full body, I feel
It's
like.
true. You're right. And
Because if
I
you
forgot
because
we
if you think
forgot shrugging, Grant.
true, that
Yeah.
one I also use, sometimes too. Um, yeah, if you think about like action or like sports related ones, like those aren't really like emojis. Like there's no emotion when you're seeing like the skiing emoji. It's more so just the action of skiing. The more you know, if you think about it.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. You just that's a great point. Um, let's immediately go into that then. Uh, the food emojis. The only one that is relevant is going to be eggplant. Uh, we don't need to really go into it, but like when you're using, like you don't use all those other emojis just because it's just like you're not gonna imagine like your girlfriend or something like that, just like, hey babe, I'm at the grocery store, what do we need? And she sends you the fucking emojis for what is needed. Like, no, that's not what they're used for. They're kind of useless emojis, to be honest with you. Like, no one's gonna ever send like apple, banana, pear, and then you're like, okay, I'll pick that up at the store. um like, what do you think those emojis purpose are?
I'll answer that, but you know what's crazy is like how you can type in like apple, banana, pear, like on your phone in the text, and like iPhone will give you like the option to like switch out those text messages
Mm-hmm.
with the emojis. We don't
Mm-hmm.
do that because that's kind of cringe, or either cringe or that like it's not like it doesn't translate well, you know?
No.
Like we have that option to where it could make communication more efficient because you could
Mhm.
visually do it that way. We just don't. Um, but the actual use cases to answer your question, I would actually use the food emojis most often with like Venmo payments or requests
Uh,
because that way you can kind of like at least tell the story of what's being um processed.
yeah, like I'm going through the list of emojis right now, and there's no way on a daily basis that these emojis are being used. Like, I'm in travel and places right now, and there is a Statue of Liberty emoji. Like, is somebody seriously like, you're like, hey Grant, how's your vacation going in New York? And are you just gonna send back the Statue of Liberty? No, you're gonna text it out. Like, you're not gonna be a dick about it. So it's just crazy to me that there's so many emojis, and then they're coming out with so many every single however long. I don't know if it's like a year, a month, or whatever, but they're just never going to be used.
Huh. I think the lesson here is like if you're gonna use an emoji, use it to convey the emotion, because that's what an emoji is. I mean,
It's
like
yeah, yeah.
other than that, if you're gonna use like I feel like all other emojis are descriptive after that. There could either be flags representing like where you're from or like your background and things like that for the flag emojis. Um, they're descriptive when you're wanting to use the flex emoji, the too cool for school, like what you're doing or like where you perceive yourself. Um, you also have like the food emojis as well too, describing what you're doing, but they're not emotions. They're
Yeah.
not emotions.
Like the first half of the word emoji is emotion, basically. So let's just quit this episode. I don't even feel like no. we we got into a dark place. No.
This was a dumb idea, man.
Face palm, shrug. God damn it. No, but I feel like we got like kind of serious there for a second. Like, but it's completely it's 100% true. Like
If we're
these
looking at
aren't
it philosophically,
yeah, for real. Like it's basically like you know how I forget the exact percentage, but I know we are a comedy podcast. I'm sorry that we're getting so serious. Like, do you know how humans only use 10% of the brain or something like that?
yeah.
We're only using 10% of the emojis out there. Are we gonna be this meta version of humans in like 30 or 40 years where we're only talking in emojis and that's why they keep putting them out? Like, are we only going to like are we gonna go back to hieroglyphics and it's just going to be us talking with pictures basically? Is that the end goal?
Ima Imagine, Ian, instead of learning cursive in school, like our grandkids, they're gonna be learning like what are the proper use case scenarios for each emoji. Imagine you go to sign the bill. You're at a restaurant. You go to sign the bill, and it's like sir, I see you left your signature, but you forgot to draw the apple emoji that's on your card. Or like shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, you are completely right. And Grant, they don't even teach cursive anymore. They teach typing, apparently. Like I
They
have
don't
I have
teach.
a yeah, I have a 13-year-old cousin and yeah, it's or 12, I forget how old she's. Uh it's typing only.
It's
Like they
insane.
don't even teach cursive anymore. Uh so I think you are right on the dot. Like it's gonna emojis 101 and they're gonna make a 101 emoji that looks just like the 100%.
We're gonna do that, and they're gonna have the frickin' I don't know the poop emoji. Like, there's gonna be a lot of third graders laughing when the poop emoji comes up as a lesson topic. I'm just saying.
I like the same way that whenever we learned the planets and Uranus popped up, it's gonna be the it's gonna be the same thing for those kids now. Or it's the poop emoji day, and they had to get a lecture on it beforehand by the principal. Like, all right, tomorrow's poop emoji day. Uh, you guys got to be on your best behavior. LOL. So uh,
LOL. No, principal. You mean crying laughing emoji.
oh yeah, you got me there. Man, that was philosophical for a bit. I kind of got heated. Like I don't know on my end it kind of felt like it was we were on fire.
Ah, like a fire emoji.
Yeah. I know that wasn't my best attempt, Grant. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's another one we missed. We should have added to the too cool for school. Um, I feel like people will use it for either their like flex pics or it'll be thirsty guys using the fire emoji like underneath like some random girl's Instagram photo.
Oh fuck. That body. Yeah, no, it's let's okay. We're officially gonna make the one category the Adam Levine category, where it's the fire emoji 100%. Um, any heart that's not the red heart. Like Adam Levine definitely used all of those.
100%. He
Yeah.
probably bought some kick points too and used some of.
Yeah, I mean, he should have. Honestly, if you're gonna do something shady, and this is not me giving you advice, don't cheat. Don't like do anything that you wouldn't like that you'd be ashamed of. But hear me out. If you're gonna send those scandalous texts, use kick. 100 texts later, when they're trying to convict you or to expose you, those messages are already going to be gone. You're going to be like, haha, dummy.
There's also the added fact that you could pretend like, oh yeah, I sent those like 10 years ago. Because like who uses kick these days? To
Exactly.
where
Yeah.
you can get away like, oh no, it wasn't me like yesterday that cheated on you. It was me 10 years ago that cheated on you.
That makes it so much better. Oh
Great,
my gosh.
a great note, I think, to end on.
I know. Yeah. I'm
Needed.
just going through the list really quick. We didn't really swipe right or left on the last few. So I'm just going to say I'm gonna go through this in order.
Yep.
uh, like that I have in front of me, and you're just gonna swipe right or left.
Okay.
Okay. Fire emoji.
Right.
Shrug.
Right.
We did. Oh, we didn't even do this one. The winking emoji.
That one also could have been added in the like kissing emoji and
Yeah.
everything. Swiping right onto, I'll use it ironically every now and then too.
Okay. Another one we didn't talk about is the party face emoji with like the hat along with like the party thing that you blow on.
Uh, I give it a left. I use the party streamers more often. Yeah.
All right. So if you're telling somebody happy birthday, it's party streamers.
Yeah, more often than not.
Okay. Okay. I think that rounds it out. Oh, okay, last one. This is the last one. Thinking emoji, where it's you on your chin, looking off in the distance, really showing the person that you're texting that you're really eating a meal out of this one.
I haven't heard that expression
Or making
before.
a meal out of this one. I'm making a meal out of this one. Oh my god. You know that expression, right? Making a meal
Yeah.
out of this one. Yes.
Um,
Eating a meal.
that that's the one emoji I'm like glad that they added because I feel like that was missing for a while. So easy swipe right on that one. I like it.
Okay. I agree with all of your choices, to be honest with you. I don't think I don't want to have our audience just think I'm following you. But that you were pretty spot on with whatever I chose. And if you said something different, I was gonna say something, but spot on. Good job.
There we go.
Yeah. That's why we're friends, Grant. That's why we're good buddies.
They had that game show back in the day where like you would like try to guess like what your like partner or like I think they did it like with like father and son. Like they did it like where you try to guess like what the other person would say like to test how well you knew them. I feel like if we were on that show, we'd be making some bank.
I think so.
Cash
Uh
money, cash emoji.
yeah, exactly. But this has been an amazing year. It hasn't been a year since the podcast came out, but it is wrapping up our last episode of 2022. Again, unless we do something crazy, which I don't think we are. This will probably like we're usually on pace to do 2 episodes a month at this point. Um, so thank you so much again for 2022. Thank you to my co-host Grant. Grant, any other words?
Christmas emoji, New Year's popping champagne emoji,
Nora,
kissy emoji. Oh yeah, menorah emoji. Um, do we have what's it called? What's the holiday that starts with Z? Uh, the other
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa, that's what it is. It has a Z in it.
There is a Z in it. Is there a Kwanzaa emoji? Oh, okay. Let's what is your bet, yes or no?
I don't think there is.
No.
Gotta add it. Gotta add an
Yeah,
apple.
that is Kwanzaa. Let me look up if there's one just in general. Kwanzaa emoji. No, sad times.
Hey, hey. But other than that, I do hope you
Sorry,
guys
I was just looking at
enjoy.
emojis. Yeah.
Other than that, I hope everybody has a great end to their 2023. I hope you spend it with loved ones and that you guys have a fantastic new year. Thank you, as always, for listening.
Yes, everybody, I love you, Grant. I will see you soon. I'm so happy about that. And we have some great things in store for 2022. So love you guys.
Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.